Painful words sometimes move you forward. There are sentences that are hard to forget. This is not good enough like this. You are too expensive. I have seen prettier. Someone else will do it cheaper. These hurt, they touch you. Make you uncertain. They can stay with you for days. And as a first reaction, it is natural that you want to defend yourself or reject them. Not all criticism is malicious. It is important to make a difference. There is a hurtful, malicious comment, and there is honest feedback. The two are not the same. But even in unpleasant, badly worded sentences, there can be a small truth, and if you can filter this out, it becomes value. Pain is a signal. If a sentence affects you this much, there is a reason. Maybe you are uncertain in an area, you feel there is still room to grow, or you simply give too much importance to other people's opinions. Pain is not the enemy, it is feedback. You can react in two ways. When you receive a comment like this, there are two paths. You close down, you get offended, you reject it. You do not think about it further, you examine it. Is there truth in it? Can I learn from this? What can I do better? The first path protects your ego. The second builds your growth. The strongest motivations are not always comfortable. Behind many successes are these sentences, a criticism, a rejection, a negative experience. Not because they were good, but because someone decided, not to break from them, but to build from them. But you do not have to believe everything. Important. Not every opinion is true. Not every criticism is valid. Not every client sees clearly. That is why you must learn to filter out the useful part. Let go of the unnecessary part. The goal is not to please everyone, but to grow. Use it, do not carry it. Painful words affect you in two ways. Either you carry them and they hold you back, or you use them and they move you forward. This is a matter of decision. Closing thought. Not every word will be kind. Not every feedback will be supportive. But sometimes exactly those sentences move you forward that you least wanted to hear. The question is not what they say, but what you do with it. Money follows self-confidence. Many people think that money comes from professional knowledge. Partly true, but not completely, because two nail technicians can be equally skilled yet earn completely different amounts. Why? Because not only knowledge matters, but also how much you believe in your own value. Money and self-confidence are connected. If you do not trust yourself, you ask for lower prices. You give in to bargaining more easily. You do not keep your own rules. You communicate uncertainly. And this shows. Clients feel it and react accordingly. What you do not represent, they will not pay for. If you yourself do not believe that, your work is worth that much. Your price is worth it. You give value, then no one else will either. Not because you are bad, but because you do not represent it strongly enough. Money does not stay beside uncertainty. Maybe you have traffic. Clients come, you work continuously, but if meanwhile you do not dare to raise prices, you do not dare to say no, you do not dare to set boundaries, then money slips out of your hands. It cannot remain stable. The financial effect of self-confidence. When you start believing in yourself, you communicate more clearly, you price more firmly, you become more consistent, you attract better clients, and this directly affects your income. This is not magic, this is how it works. Self-confidence is not a feeling, but a series of decisions. You do not have to wait until you feel confident. First, you decide. You represent your prices, you keep your rules, you stand up for yourself. And from these decisions, self-confidence is built. You do not have to be perfect. Many people do not take action because they feel, I am not good enough yet. But the truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. Growth does not come after self-confidence. Self-confidence comes after action, closing thought. Money does not only follow your work, it follows your thinking too. If you do not trust yourself, you hold yourself back. If you trust yourself, you expand your opportunities. And in the end, this shows in your results too. Trust yourself. Not because you already know everything, but because you are willing to grow and stand up for yourself. Face what you would most like to avoid. There is a feeling few people talk about openly. When you feel, I am not good enough. Maybe you already have experience. Maybe you have clients. Maybe from the outside everything is fine, but inside there is uncertainty, doubt, the feeling that others are better than me, and this is completely normal. The feeling of being inadequate is not reality, but a state. It is important to make a difference. Feeling inadequate does not mean that you are. It is a feeling, and feelings change. Everyone who is confident today was a beginner, made mistakes, had doubts. The difference is not that they did not feel this, but that they did not stop because of it. You grow compared to yourself. One of the biggest mistakes is measuring yourself against others. Someone else has been doing this for more years, someone else has a bigger following, someone else is further ahead. But this is not your path. The real measure, where you were yesterday and where you are today. If you are further ahead, you have already grown, and this is the only comparison that matters. Fear is not a signal to stop. Many people treat fear as if it says, "Do not do it." But often the opposite is true. Fear often signals that. You are stepping into new territory, you are about to grow, you are leaving the familiar. This is not danger, this is growth. Doubts will always be there. There will not be a point when you are completely sure about everything. You never doubt. Every decision will be easy. This is not realistic. The goal is not to eliminate doubts, but to learn to move with them. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage does not mean you are not afraid. It means that you are afraid and you do it anyway. You post even when you are uncertain. You raise prices even when you are afraid. You stand up for yourself even when it is uncomfortable. This builds you. What is behind it is your growth. Every time you face your fear, do not run away, but take action. You become stronger, not from one day to the next, but continuously. Closing thought. You do not have to be perfect. You do not always have to be confident. It is enough if you are willing to face what you feel, not run away from it, and act despite it. Because growth does not begin where you are already certain, but where you dare to take action even beside uncertainty.